Ooh, falling over. Hello, welcome to. It was very sunny before, it's suddenly gone quite dark. Welcome to Wednesday's functional fitness class. It's actually not quite 11 o'clock, so we'll give it just a few more seconds in case anybody else wants to join, because they don't want to miss my words of wisdom at the beginning, do they? But anyway, welcome to the one person who's there already. Right, it's 11 o'clock now. Right, I'm going to assume that there are new people here. I've had contact from a couple of people, so I hope that they've joined. What you need, if you don't know already, is a chair that's got a fairly stable chair. And if you've got them, some exercise bands. If you haven't got any exercise bands, just do the movements without the bands. If you want to know about buying bands, I've done a standalone under my playlist. I've done a standalone little video about buying bands and how to know which strength to get and things like that. So if you're wanting to buy bands, then it's a good idea to look at that. This session should be suitable for everybody. We do 10 repetitions of each exercise. If you can't do the 10 repetitions, it doesn't matter. Do what you can. If you can only do one of each exercise, that's absolutely fine. One repetition of each exercise, that's absolutely fine, because it gives you something to aim for. If you need to sit down, we use the chair for some of the exercises, but if you need to sit down, that's absolutely fine as well. If you've got dodgy legs or dodgy knees, you can do a lot of the exercises actually sitting down, but it's better if you can stand up, because standing up uses your core muscles and it's good for your balance. And I get asked about balance quite a lot. The class is in 3 parts. There's a warm-up, which takes about 10 minutes. There's the main body of the exercise, which takes about 20 minutes. And then there's some stretching at the end. So the whole thing, you should be free at about 1:45. It takes about 45 minutes. Depends how much I talk. I don't think there's anything else I need to say at the moment. This is your class, as I say, so there's no need to do it at your level, is what I'm trying to say. So if you're a bit fitter, give it a bit of welly. If you're not very fit, then do it at your own level. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start. We're going to start with the warm-up. So we're just going to start very gently with a nice walking on the spot. You don't need to lift your knees very high. You don't need to go very fast. If you want to, I mean, some of you now have been with me for about 18 months, but if you want to, you can go on your toes. But if you don't, if you feel a little bit overbalanced going on your toes, don't, if you're new to it, don't do it. Walking like this on your toes is great for your calves and for your ankles. Mobilizes the ankles and it strengthens the calves. So 3, 2, 1. Now, during the exercise, the actual exercise bit, we're going to concentrate a little bit on arms. So we need to mobilize the shoulders at the moment. So put your hand on your shoulder, have your arm sticking out like a wing, and imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow, and you're going to do 5 big circles backwards, 3, 4, 5, and 5 big ones forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry too much if your shoulder grunts and grinds. Mine does as well. If it's painful, obviously don't do it. Pain is a sign that something is going dreadfully wrong. There's pain that you're getting when you're exercising, when your muscles are getting tired, and that's okay. But there's pain, you know the difference between the 2 pains. Other arm, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, forwards, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. Right, the next one we're going to do is arm again. Sounds a bit like Armageddon, doesn't it? So one arm goes over the top of the other. If you can get your elbows sort of on top of each other, that's great. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Keep your arms at shoulder height. I'm just going to go back, and then you can alternate which arm goes on top and which goes on the bottom. 3, 4. I'll show you what it looks like side on. 5, 6. If you can't get your arms like this, just do as far back and as far forward as I can. 8. Just do what you can. 9. If then they go to there, that's fine. 10. I think the counting there was a bit wobbly, but never mind. Right, just to get the hips and the knees a little bit more mobilized, put your hands at waist height, and you're just going to bring your knee up to your hand. If you can't get your knee to your hand, it doesn't matter. It only goes up to there, that's fine. Your hand is just there as a handy guide, something for your knee to aim for. But if you can't, that's fine. If you want to, you can do it on your toes. I wobble about a bit here. If you don't want to do the toe one, that's absolutely fine. Just go back to using your whole foot, putting your whole foot on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Fab. Right, we're going to go into our sort of routine for warming up. So we're going to start with just a heel dig like this, but at the same time anchor your elbow, and you're going to do a bicep curl, which is this, with your opposite arm. So you're doing a heel dig with one leg and a bicep curl with the opposite arm. So, and this is great for coordination, balance, strength, and warming you up as well. 3, 2, 1. Next one you're going to do is just a step to the side like this, and prayer hands, and as your leg goes out, push out with your hands. This is mobilizing your shoulders, it's getting you working your arms, getting the muscles in your arms warmed up, your legs warmed up. When you're doing this, imagine you've got a headlight on your knee. Keep it pointing forwards. Try not to let your knee drift in. 3, 2, 1. Next one we're going to do, there are 4 movements in this altogether. Just going to take a step back, just a little step, and at the same time, have your hands here, and you're just going to push your hands out. Make sure that you're stepping back, because some people step forward and think they're stepping back. Make sure you're stepping back. And again, try not to let your knee drift in. Imagine you've got that headlight on your knee that has to be pointing forwards. And splay your fingers. Give your hands a bit of a workout. 3, 2, 1. And then the final one, just going to tap, and at the same time, just swing the opposite arm. So you're just strolling along, singing a song, nice and relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to put all those 4 movements together and make a sort of little routine, because that's really good for your brain to have to try. To do exercise and try and remember something at the same time has been shown to be really good for your brain. So, don't just get a physical workout here, you get a mental one as well. So we're going to start with heel digs, and then out to the side, and then back, and then a toe tap. So heel dig, side, back, and a toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. We're going to do it slightly faster. Heel dig. If you find yourself floundering, back, just do what you can. Try and catch up if you miss out a step. Heel dig, side, strictly, it's got nothing on this, has it? Back, toe tap. Heel dig, side. I should let you see my feet, shouldn't I? Back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Very good. So hopefully you're nice and warmed up and your joints are all mobile. And we're going to start the main body of the exercise now. We're going to start, as always, with a squat. Squats are, in order to be functional in everyday life, you need to have strong legs and strong bum muscle, so that you can do things that you used to take for granted, like walking to the shops or walking up and down stairs, going in and out the bath, getting up and down front door steps, getting on and off the bus, various things like that, getting in and out of a car. You need strength in your legs and your bum. So one of the best ways to do that is by squatting. And if you don't have strong enough legs, you won't be able to do a freestanding squat with good technique, but I'll show you what to do. If you can, squatting is sitting down without a chair. You can have a chair behind you if you want, just as a bit of added security, because your weight is on your heels. I'm constantly falling backwards, but your knees don't go over your toes. So it's back like that. If you can manage a free squat, you can go down that far. You can just sort of adopt the position just so that your thighs are just taking the strain. If you can't do that, and technique is everything. If you're struggling to do the squat and your technique is suffering, you would be better to do this one. So hold on to the chair. It's not taking your weight. You're just using it as a balance. And just go down. Just pretend there's a chair behind you and you're going to sit down. And then we come up. And then down to there. But don't hold on tight to here. And you should, if you poke your thighs, you should be able to feel your thighs under pressure. I'm going to do free squats. You do whichever you want. And we're going to do 10. If you can't manage 10, that's fine. Do what you can. So, we go down 1. Imagine you've got eyes in your chest and they're looking forward, or those headlights. 2, 3, 4, nice and slow and controlled. 5, I'll show you what it looks like from the front. Try not to let your knees come in. Remember those headlights. Oh, 6, see what I mean about falling backwards. 7, 8, 9, 10. What I should have mentioned as well is have your feet at least hip width apart. The wider your feet are, slightly easier it is to do. But anyway, if you manage 10 squats, good technique, then that's very impressive. The next thing we're going to do is boxing. So you need to have your feet hip width apart, adopt the stance, and you're going to do it in 3s. 1, 2, 3. But you're going straight out. You're not doing this. You're not punching up. You're not punching down. It's just straight out like that. And we're going to do, I'm just going to get my phone because it's got the stopwatch on it. We're going to do 2 bouts of 30 seconds. So, trusty stopwatch. On your marks, adopt the position. Oh, I'm going to do it counting backwards, actually. Right. Off you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Straight out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, my stopwatch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. your arms going. It's getting, actually, it's when I first started doing this exercise, it felt a bit unnatural, but my punching feels stronger now. I don't know about how the rest of you feel about it. All right, we're going to do another bout of 30 seconds now. If you're recovered, you ready? Adopt the position. On your marks, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Whew, how was that? Right, the next one we're going to do is my least favourite, but it's really good for your core. And it's a side bend. So have your feet, I would say slightly wider than hip width apart, because I think that's a bit easier. And then we're going to go just down to one side. See if you can get your hand to your knee. If you can't, it doesn't matter. If you can only go a little bit, that's absolutely fine. And you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back, it's just to the side. If you're going to put your hand over your head, keep it straight so that you're actually using the muscles in your arm and your arm isn't just inert. So over we go. I'll hold it here for a bit. And that's 1. And then down. 2. 3. Could leave your hand here if you wanted. 4. 5. 6. 7. By leaving your hand up there, you're working your arm muscles and your back muscles as well. 8. No opportunity is wasted. 9. 10. Like I say, the arm being up there is optional. You can just do it without the arm. Other side. Oh, always makes me grunt and groan, this. 1, I'm going to leave my arm up there actually. I only thought of that today, it's quite good. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Oh, I'm always quite glad when that one's out of the way. Right, we're doing, remember I said I was going to concentrate on arm muscles or arm exercise as well. 3 lots of exercise for your arms, one after the other. So the first one is just raising one arm up to your ear. If you can't get it to your ear, that's fine. And the other one goes back. And then you reverse the process. You're not rocking, it's only your arms that move. And when you do that, it's really good for your posture and these back muscles here, as well as good for your shoulders, because quite a lot of people I've noticed have restricted movement in their shoulders. Never force it, just go as far as your arm is able. But the object of the exercise is eventually to be able to get it up by your ear. So we're going to do 10. So go 1, 2, nice and slow and controlled. 3, 4. I've got a 5-minute morning exercise video. 5, which is on the playlist. 6, and I'm encouraging people to do that every day. 7, only takes 5 minutes. And this is one of the exercises. 8, just do it when you leap out of bed. 9, 10. The next one we're going to do is stand with your hands by your side with your palms touching your thighs, and you're going to twist your hands, twist your arms so that your hands are out, pointing out. I'm going to go down on my knees so as you can see what they're doing above my head. So you twist above your head, twist and back. 1, twist, twist, 2, 3. This twisting uses because your arm's doing that, uses the small muscles in your shoulders. How many was that? 4. This is 5. 6. Sometimes small movements are enough. 7. You don't want to be aggravating the small muscles in your shoulders. You want them just to get used to moving. Any of you have torn your rotator cuffs, you know all about it. 10. Sorry. Again, counting wasn't my strong point there. Right. Last one. Hands here in the sort of stick 'em up posture, in line with your sort of sticking out at 180 degrees. If you can't get them like that, just get them where you can. Use them just wherever you're comfortable. And then we're going to touch your elbows. If you can't get your elbows together, that's fine as well. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow and controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, well done. Give your arms a bit of a wibble. Right. I'm just going to move the chair a bit more. We're going to do some balance exercises. Now, I used to just get people to stand on one leg or stand on one leg and you know, go around the clock. But when you're out walking, that's when you're most likely to fall and you're actually moving. So I think this is a more realistic exercise to try and improve your balance. And what we're going to do is you're going to stand, you're going to take 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, and then the left leg comes up. If you can, you go back 2, 3, and the right leg comes up. If you get to the 3 and you're not happy going backwards, you must be aware of safety here. Then turn round, but you start with the left leg, back 2, 3, up, and then you turn round again. I'm going to do 5 going backwards and forwards, and then we're going to do 5 to the side. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then back 2, 3. Hold it for as long as you can, said she, falling over. 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3. That's 2, I think. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I think this is 4. The 4th time we've done it. It might be the 5th, but it doesn't matter. We do one more. 4. Oh, Rosemary. Sometimes once your balance goes, it just goes, doesn't it? And then 1, 2, 3. It's because I'm not concentrating. 1, 2, 3. Staying here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I think I've miscounted again because I think that's 5, but we're going to do one more. 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Up. Okay. See, when I concentrate, I can do it. When I don't concentrate, I can't do it. Right, we're going to, first time we're going to use the band. Sorry, Delia. Somebody messaged me the other week saying they hate using the bands. Sometimes you just got to do it. So stand on your band, anchor your elbow into your waist, and hold your band with enough tension so that your forearm being at 45 degrees, if you relaxed, it would just point down like that. And then all you're going to do is close your arm. Your elbow never leaves your side. You're not doing it that way, because this muscle here, the bicep, is pulling the forearm up. If you haven't got a band, just do the motion, the movement. Clench your fist to try and put some pressure on the band, on the bicep. Right, there, and you're just closing it. 1, 2, 3. Have enough tension on the band so that you can. 5. It's a bit challenging. 6, so that you should be getting about 7 to this point now. 8, and thinking, ooh, I'll be glad when we get to 10. 9, 10. If you can get to 10 really easily, there's not much point in you doing it. The body, in order to improve strength and fitness, you need to have a little bit of a challenge. Okay, so other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That last one was quite fierce. Right, you're going to need the chair for this one. Now remember I said that your glutes were important for strength. Well, you've got 3 gluteus muscles. You've got the maximus, which is the big one, but you've got medius and minimus, so medium and small. And they're at the side here, and you need to strengthen those as well. You know, if you've ever been out walking and you think, oh, I used to be able to get over a stile more easily than that, that's because these muscles are weakening. So what we're going to do, I'll move this out of the way so as you can see, is we're going to just lift the leg with your foot pointing forward. You're not twisting. If it was your arm, it would be like that. And I'm going to put it down, and you're going to do the other one. You're not going to rock the upper body. It's called rock the boat, but it's your legs that are rocking. And we're not using momentum or gravity. So we're lifting the leg, not kicking it up, placing it down, and doing the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can feel this now. 5. If you can't do 10, that's fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's painful, that. Could really feel that one. Right. One more exercise using the band, and I'm going to let you sit down this time. So, sitting in the chair, I don't need that band, to the front of the chair. Sit at the front of the chair. Put your feet out in front of you with your toes pulled back, and you're going to put the band over your feet into the instep, and then have quite a lot of tension on the band. Don't hold the band. Oops! Don't hold the band at the end, because that's no good. You want quite a lot of tension in the band, and then you sit up. You want your hands quite far down the band, and then you sit up, keeping your feet on your heels on the floor and your toes pulled back. I'm just going to show you what we're going to do with the arms. This is a seated row, by the way. So you're sitting like this, you don't need to see my feet. Just trust me, they are still on the ground. So you're just going to pull your arms back. You're not lifting, you're just pulling them back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you can touch the back of the chair very easily, maybe move forward a bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and then down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't rock, it's just your arms that move. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, there we go. Now we're going to do, I still haven't changed this. We're going to do another squat, but this time we're going to do a sumo squat. So we're going to have our legs wider than hip width and with your feet pointing out at 45 degrees. And it's still the same thing though. You still don't put your knees forward. You're sitting back like that. So it's sort of sitting down. And we're going to do 10. If you can't do 10, do what you can. Okay? Hold on to the chair if you need to. Just go down a little bit. If you go down just a little bit, sumo squats are good for, remember we were doing rock the boat and the 2 side glutes. Well, this is good for that as well. But if you do that, you can feel the tension in your thighs. So we're going to go 1, 2. You don't need to go down that far. 3, 4, 5. We'll do this with weights. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Right. Before we go in to the stretching bit, we're going to finish with some high intensity interval training, which sounds terrifying if you've never done it before. But what we're going to do, and this is voluntary, if you'd rather sit this out, that's fine, but you give it a go if you can. If you're worried about heart problems or you get pains in your chest or anything, do stop immediately. If you want to consult your doctor and say, this mad woman's making me do this, then feel free to do so. But what we're going to do is 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity exercise. And that is running on the spot. Tiny, tiny, tiny little steps, tiny steps. Your hands go as well. Get your arms going as well. Sometimes people try and get their arms going the same speed as their legs. Well, that's not possible, really. Tiny steps, hardly coming off the floor. Going to do that for 20 seconds. I say we. I'm not doing it because I can't, coughing now, I can't do it and do the stopwatch as well. So if you're going to do it, on your marks, I'll give you, sorry, it's 20 seconds of doing that and then 40 seconds recovery. I'm going to do that 3 times. So on your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. I'll just have 40 seconds rest. If you are interested in doing some HIIT, as it's called, I have a video. I have a video for just about everything. There's a video on my YouTube channel that you can have a look. It takes 5 minutes. It's 5 exercises, 5 minutes of HIIT. And I think you'll quite like it, actually. It makes you feel alive afterwards. It does make you feel good. Right, we're going to be going again in 10 seconds. So I'll count you down from 3. 3, 2, 1, off you go. 17, 18, 19, 20, and rest for 40 seconds. Just to remind you that if you've enjoyed the class, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the comments section underneath the video. If you can't find it, then and you want to buy me a coffee, let me know and I'll send you the link. If you could subscribe to the channel, it doesn't cost you anything, doesn't commit you to anything. It's just a way of sort of saying I like the channel. We're going to go again I'll count you down from 3 again. 3, 2, 1, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. We'll just have a little bit of a rest. Yes, so buy me a coffee if you will, if you can, if you'd like to. Like and subscribe to my channel, please. Well, liking is liking this class. Subscribing means you like the channel. Ooh, ow. I've started there's my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, but there's also which is a public page, but there's also an Over 50 Fitness group. And if you'd like to join that, you can find details of it through the fitness page. But I've put links up in the comments section. So if you'd like to join that, it's great. And just as a quick aside, on Friday the 3rd of December, and hopefully for the first Friday in every December, I'm doing a Zoom call at 2 o'clock, doing a Zoom call where I'll give a short talk and then there'll be a question and answer session. And the first one is by special request, is about walking. So if you need to know anything else, if you want any other topics, just let me know. But the first one is about walking, how to walk, the benefits of walking and things. And I'm not very, very good at using Zoom, and I haven't got a professional Zoom thing. So just bear with me if it's not very good. But anyway, details are up on the Over 50 Fitness group page. And I'll put the Zoom link on afterwards in a bit. Right, trying to find out how to do an event, but it won't let me. Stretching. So, as usual, we start right at the bottom of our body and go right up to the top. And that way I don't miss out anything. So we're going to start with our calf muscle. So the front leg is bent, the back leg is straight. Both heels are on the ground. Both feet are pointing in the same direction. Just look at your feet just to check that they are pointing in the same direction. And the more you lean forward, the more the stretch is. And then very gently bend your back knee. Your heel will come off the ground. And if you put a little bit of weight on that leg, you'll feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon. And then switch legs. Just do it gently. Stretching should never be painful. And then bend your back leg. Feel the stretch moving. And up we get. The next one we're going to do, because we've been doing the squats, we're going to stretch the thighs, the front of the thighs, the quadriceps. If you want to, there's 2 ways of doing it. Well, there's more than 2 ways, but 2 ways that I do it. You can either grab your foot or your ankle or your trouser leg and have your knees together, standing up nice and straight. You can use it as try to balance. But if you can't do that, what you can do is put your hands behind your back and try and kick your hands with your heels. And I quite like this way. Whichever way you're going to do it, start doing it now. I quite like this way because you're not only stretching your quadriceps, but you're actually using your hamstrings as well. So the big muscles at the back of your leg, your hamstrings, are being worked by doing this, not stretched, but strengthened. So if you're doing the one leg stance, change legs now. If you're doing this dynamic technique, just keep doing what we're doing. It's quite good for your balance this as well because you're on one leg for a short time. Right, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Right, next one we're going to do is stretch the hamstrings that I've just mentioned. Sit on the chair, at the front of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees. Just sitting up nice and straight. Just check your posture. Just touch your hands above your head, just to check your posture. One leg out, toe back, and you're going to lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Imagine you've got an eye in your chest, you're looking forward. So you're not collapsing down onto your leg, you're sort of moving your upper body forwards. Some of you may not be able to get very far, may have to hold on to your knee or your shin. Others may be able to get further down. It's entirely up to you. And by the way, language, Delia, language. And then sitting up. And other leg. Couldn't think what it was called, that big thing that hangs down from your body, your leg. Check your posture. Leaning forward from the hips, not from the waist. Ooh, that's quite ouchy. And then sitting up again. Last one we're going to do on the legs is sitting sideways in the chair at the front. So there's no chair here. Not sitting sort of back towards the back of the chair, sitting at the front. And this leg comes out. The only reason you do it at the front is because then it doesn't get in the way of your leg. Stretch your leg back whichever way you can. Some of you may not be able to get it back very far. It's entirely up to you. Ooh, I'm just going to poke myself there because I've still got that injury. It's getting better though. I can run now, which is a good thing. So it's definitely getting better. And that isn't actually quite as sore as it used to be. So I think it's probably getting quite a lot better. But we're trying to stretch these. It's very difficult to stretch these muscles here. But we want them to be as loose and as flexible as possible to stop people having that old person shuffly gait. Shuffle gait. Right, and then switch over. Same thing on the other side. Leg back. And then we're going to stand up. Arms at shoulder height, palms facing forward. And we're going to go as if we're hugging a tree. So it's round like that rather than straight. And at shoulder height, and then dip your head like that. And this stretches the muscles at the top of your back, your big shoulder muscles, plus your neck, the muscles at the side of your neck. Mine are very stiff at the moment for some reason. I don't know if it's the way I'm sleeping or what, and this is quite a nice exercise for it. And then if you can, interlink your hands behind your hands behind your back. Interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can't, get your elbows, try and get your elbows together. You won't be able to, but. And then if you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your hands up, just so as you get a stretch, any way to get a stretch across your chest. I'm just going to look at what people have written. Thanks, it's always really good to be woken up thusly. Thank you. Thank you, Prue, and thank you, Marie. Spread the word, folks. Okay. Finally, sitting down. Remember, use your own back to support you. Don't lean back in the chair. And we're just going to dip your head. Put your hand on your head, but don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down a bit. I can feel this stretch right up my back, actually. And again at the top. and then look up. Ooh, got a bit dizzy. Turn your head to the left as far as you can, and then take your right hand and put it on the right hand side of your face or your chin. And try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. So your neck is under pressure. Your neck is straining to try and turn your head forward, but your hand won't let it. And then relax and see if you can turn your head just a little bit more. My neck is really quite stiff at the moment. I'm very aware of it when I'm driving. Bring your head back to the center. This way. Turning my head to the right is quite difficult at the moment. So turn your head to the right. Put your left hand on the left hand side of your face. And then try and turn your head back to the center. Resist with your hand. Get that tension going in your neck. And then release it. And turn your head back to the center. But have a look at that 5-minute wake-up exercises, because they're really good. They start at the top, so they start with just moving your head like that, just very slowly to mobilize your neck. There's some arm exercises, some turning exercises, and some exercises for your hips and your legs. It's a really good way to wake up. Anyway, I shall see you next week at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.